So Gretchen, when I see you joining for a message, it makes perfect sense to me. But not everybody who's watching this knows who you are or knows why you would be like giving a message. Can you introduce yourself and tell a little bit about like how you're involved at Sycamore Creek?
Yeah, so as you said, I'm Gretchen. I live in Potterville. We actually moved to Potterville about a year ago. I have two kids. Hope is almost 10 in a couple months, and CJ is 7.5. And I actually was on staff at Sycamore Creek for almost 10 years, but I've been around for a long time. And while I was on staff, one of my responsibilities was that I was part of the teaching team.
Very cool. So this is something you're familiar with, and you've done this before. So, and so you know that I've been here for 2 years, and before this I was in Chicago, and before that I was in North Carolina. And one of the things that I noticed when I was in North Carolina is we were at kind of a large church, and there was lots of programming. But I began to notice that a lot of the programming was geared specifically for married couples or young families or families in general. And I had a lot of friends at the time who were out of college by a couple of years, but like weren't married, didn't have kids, and just were like didn't have a place to connect. And so Nathan, my husband, and I, we looked around and we're like, let's do something about this.
Yeah.
Let's create a space. And so we started a weekly potluck that we called Open Table. And those folks just became like our found family. Like they were in our house all the time. They asked for advice and we asked them for advice, and they babysat our kids, and like they were like aunts and uncles, you know, they were our found family.
Yeah.
Have you ever had an experience like that of finding family?
Definitely. So when I first started coming to Sycamore Creek, I wasn't really feeling like I was connecting. So I talked to Mark, Pastor Mark from Potterville, used to be a volunteer, and at the time he was the leader of the small groups team. So of course he said, you should join a small group.
Of course he did.
And I wasn't into that. I didn't want to do that. But eventually I took his advice and I joined a small group, and I started to connect. And then I started to lead small groups, and I led a small group with my friend Star that was for moms. Mm-hmm. And that group of women have become like family to me. We are always hanging out. Our kids are friends with each other. Like you said, we babysit each other's kids. Yeah. We cook meals for each other when we're struggling or when we're ill. We even have a running Facebook Messenger where we say, hey, my kid is sick, can you pray for my kid? Or we have this event going on, we want you to come and join us. So it's like our way of staying in touch with each other. They're definitely like my family, even though they're friends.
Yeah, I love that. I love like your Facebook posts always have like the hashtag when friends become family.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you can see that like your love for each other in all those posts.
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the things we do here at Sycamore Creek is that we'll pause throughout the message to give people a chance to respond and think about something. So our first chat question is, where have you found family? Take a minute and talk about it.